Hello students, welcome to e-learning program. Now myself Sunil Ekar from HAL English Medium School, Ozar Township, Ozar. Now we are going to learn the fourth chapter of Civics, the Indian Judicial System. Along with the legislature and the executive, the judiciary too is an important organ of the government. While the legislature makes the laws and executive implements the laws, judiciary gives justice. In this chapter, we will learn how judiciary works to give justice and thereby helps in removing justice in a society and establishes a healthy society. But before that, let us understand why giving justice is necessary. Okay, now opinions, thoughts, perspective, beliefs, faith, and culture differ from person to person. Okay, naturally. If people are tolerant, they can avoid conflicts. But if differences of opinion are very sharp, they may lead to conflicts. They should be resolved impartially and in accordance with the laws. For this purpose, an unbiased judicial machinery is required. Okay. Now means what we can learn in introductory, that is the judiciary works to give justice and thus helps to remove injustice from the society. Okay, and thus it helps, that is judicial system helps in establishing a healthy society is there. Okay, now next, the conflicts and interests may arise between individuals and the governments. A decision or law made by government may seem unfair to people and they may approach the court for justice. The government tries to implement the objectives of social justice and equality laid down in the constitution. The judiciary, through the decisions in certain cases or through active involvement, can support the government. The court can help to bring the weaker sections of society, that is women, children, differently able, and transgender, into the mainstream of the society. When the common man benefits from the values of freedom, equality, and justice, it leads to the deepening of democracy. This is necessary for strengthening of democracy. The rule of law is protected by judiciary. The law treats everyone equally. Rich, poor, developed, backward, men, women, all are equal before law. And this is expressed clearly through judicial decisions. Judiciary helps to protect the rights of people. Conflicts are resolved in accordance with law, and law prevents emergence of repressive and authoritarian groups and individuals. Okay, now why laws need in the society, especially to develop tolerance and peace among people with different opinions, thoughts, perspectives, and culture. Second one, to establish social justice and equality. Very important thing. Third one is to protect the weaker sections of society, that is women, children, differently able, and transgenders. Fourth one is to preserve the values of freedom, equality, and democracy. This strengthens the democracy automatically. And last one is the make fundamental rights available to citizens and to protect the rules and laws. Okay, why the judicial system is necessary in the society, especially for resolving the social conflicts impartially and in accordance with the law, then asking justice conflict with interest arising between individuals and government. Next, the actively supporting the government to establish social justice and equality and to bring weaker sections into mainstream in the society very is important for winding then deepening and strengthening of democracy. Okay, last one is the contributing towards the progress of Indian nation by protecting individuals' freedom, nation's freedom, and also constitution. Okay, now this is the first topic is there. Second one topic is the structure of the judiciary. Okay, India is a union of states. The center and the constituent states have a separate legislature and executive. But there is one judicial system for the whole of India. There is no division of courts between the center and the constituent states. This means the judiciary is in India is an integrated system. The Supreme Court is the apex court under which there are high courts. The high courts control the district courts, following which there are lower courts which are the at the bottom of the structure is there. Okay, now is the structure of judiciary system is there, that is the integrated judicial system is there. There is one judicial system for whole of India and no division of courts between the center and the constituent states. Okay, now the Supreme Court is the apex court. Under it there are high courts. The high courts control the district courts. At the bottom of the structure are lower courts. Okay, now next topic is there the what is Supreme Court is there. Supreme Court, that is the Chief Justice of India is there. Okay, the Chief Justice of India, that is CJI, heads the Supreme Court of India. The President appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges of Supreme Court. By convention, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court is appointed by the Chief Justice. The judiciary should not work under the kind of pressure, any kind of pressure. The independence of the judiciary is maintained so as to enable the judges to fearlessly carry out the functions of giving justice. For this purpose, the Constitution has made the following provisions. Okay, which provisions are given there? The first of all, the Constitution lays down the eligibility criteria for the judges. A legal expert or one having served as the High Court judge or an experienced advocate in considered eligible. Judges are appointed by President. This helps to avoid any political pressure is there. Okay, judges enjoy security of tenure. Whatever is given tenure is there. Okay, they cannot be removed from the post for a trivial reason or for political motives. The retirement age of judges of the Supreme Court is 65 years, while for the High Court it is 62 years. The salaries of judges are drawn from the Consolidated Fund of India. No discussion takes place on this issue in the Parliament. Personal criticisms cannot be made on judges for their acts and the decisions. Contempt of court is considered a punishable offense. This is not only protects the judges from misguided, wrongful criticism, but also preserves the independence of the judiciary. The parliament cannot discuss the decisions of the judges. However, it has the right to remove the judges from their position through the impeachment procedure. Got it? Now the next topic is the judicial activism. But what is the Supreme Court and what it has given the provisions to these judges are there? Okay. Uh, Appointment of Supreme Court judges. The President appoints the Chief Justice of India, and other judges of Supreme Court is there. Okay. Then by convention, the senior most judge is appointed as the Chief Justice of India. What provisions for protecting the independence of judiciary is there? What provisions are there? Just we have read it. Okay. The constitution lays down the criteria for the eligibility of the judges. Okay. Now, appointment of judges by the president helps to avoid any political pressure. Third one is judges enjoy the security of tenure. They cannot be removed for trivial reasons or political motives. The salaries of judges are drawn from the Consolidated Fund of India, and the discussion regarding this take place in the parliament. Okay, any personal criticism made on judges of their act and decisions is considered as contempt of court, which is punishable offense. The parliament cannot discuss the decisions given by the judges. Judges can be removed only through the impeachment procedure. Got it? Now, the next one is the judicial activism. Traditionally, the courts settle the disputes whenever they are approaches for the purpose. In last few decades, this image of the court has undergone a change, and they have become increasingly active. This means that the court now seeks to fulfill the constitutional goals of justice and equality. The court has tried to provide legal protection to the marginalized sections in society, that is women, tribal workers, farmers and children. Public interest litigations have played an important role in this regard. Okay, now what is the judicial activism is there? First of all, the judiciary in India has now undergone the change and has become increasingly active. It tries to provide legal protection to marginalized sections of the society, that is women, tribal workers, farmers and children. Got it? And very important thing is that the public interest litigations play an important role in proving judicial activism. Okay, now here is given the functions of the Supreme Court is there. As a federal court, it has the responsibility to settle disputes between the union and the states, between the states and the union, and any state on one hand and one or more state on the other hand is there. It may also give orders for protection of the fundamental rights of citizens, to review decrees and orders of lower courts, and also review its own decisions. In case the president asks for advice of the court to understand the legal aspects in matters of public importance, provide the necessary advices there. Okay, now here is can you tell why does president seek the advice of the Supreme Court on any issue of public importance is there? Now here is given the function of the Supreme Court is there. Okay, now what is here, some columns are given which are very important is there. That is, read the paragraph and write. Judicial review is there. Okay, now very important thing is there. One of the most important responsibilities entrusted to Supreme Court is the protection of the Constitution. You are aware that the Constitution is the fundamental law of the nation. The Parliament cannot pass any law that violates the Constitution. Every act or policy made by the executive should also be consistent with the Constitution. If any law passed by the legislature or any act of the executive violates any provisions of the Constitution, the said law or act is declared illegal and struck down by the court. This power of the court is known as judicial review. You sure the court the should the court have such a right? Yes, of course, it has the right is there. Okay. Now another is the see this example. Now example is given here. The court had asked candidates contesting election to declare their property and income details and educational qualification through an affidavit. Okay, the aim was to ensure that the voters will vote on the basis of the accurate information about the candidate. Just before the election, just the candidates declare their property, qualification, all these things, because of the voters can vote to them. Okay, is this not an attempt to make our election process more transparent? Because of the election process should be the more transparent, that's why they demand the candidates qualification, property, and all these things are there. Are there any more such orders from such court with respect to this subject? Find out more this. Okay. Now here the last paragraph continued here. Public interest legislation, that is PIL, refers to litigations filed on issue of public importance by individual citizens, social organizations, or non-governmental organizations on behalf of the people. The court thinks over the questions raised and gives it a decision. Okay, now here is given the high court is there. Okay, the Indian Union of States confers and Parliament with the power to establish high court in each constituent state in the Union. Currently, there are 24 high courts in India. There is a chief justice along with other judges in the high court. All judges of the high court are appointed by president. Okay, now here is given the judicial review is there. The court had asked the, we have seen here recently, the court had asked the candidates contesting the election to declare their property and income details and educational qualifications through the affidavit. Okay, affidavit. The idea behind this was ensure that the voters will vote on the basis of accurate information about the candidate. This is an attempt to make our election process more transparent. It is mandatory for the contesting candidates to declare whether there are any charges filed against them and the nature of the charges, whether if civil or criminal, also has to declare what if they have the criminal charges or not. Okay, now we have seen the high court is there recently. The Indian, what is high court? The Indian constitution has conferred the parliament with the power to establish a high court in each constituent state in the union. Okay, currently there are how many? 24 high courts in India is there, and there is chief justice along with other judges in the high court is there. On and very important thing, all judges of high court are appointed by the president. Okay, and retirement age of high court is 62 years. Got it? Now some columns are given here. The Bombay High Court's jurisdiction covers the state of Maharashtra and Goa and the union territories of Dadra Nagar Haveli and Diu Daman. Find out two other such examples where high courts has a jurisdiction over more than one state. Okay, Now functions of the high court is given there: to suppress and maintain control over the lower courts and its jurisdiction, authority to give orders to protect fundamental rights, and the governor seeks the advice of the high court while appointing judges in the district courts is there. These are the functions of the high court is there. Okay, now next is the district and lower courts are there. Okay, these are courts at the district and tahsil, that is taluka level. The people generally go to these courts. Every district court has one district judge. Okay, the branches of law in India, there are two main branches of law is there. First is civil law and the criminal law is there. Okay, we will see the what is civil law is there and what is criminal law is there. Okay, before the district and lower court is there. Okay, what is, there are courts at the district and tahsil level is there, that is taluka level is there. Every district court has one district judge who is appointed by the governor with the advice of the high court is there. Okay, now civil law is given there. The law deals with conflicts which affects or interfere with the right of person. For example, conflicts regarding the land and property, rent agreement, divorce, etc. After filing a petition in the relevant court, the said court gives a decision. Okay, now what includes in the civil courts is there, it deals with the specially conflict which affects interfere with the rights of the person especially, and another is the regarding the land and property, then rent agreement, then divorce, and all these things are included in this court is there, in this civil law is there, and they are resolved by the civil law is there. Okay, now what is criminal law? Serious crimes are dealt under criminal law. For example, theft, robbery, dowry, murder, etc. In these cases, the first step is to file the first information report, that is FIR. We are generally use this word is there, FIR is there. Okay, that is the long form of the first information report is, that is FIR. With the police investigates the matter and then a petition is filed in the court. If the charges are proved, there are provisions for severe punishment is there. Okay, now the Indian judiciary has made a significant contribution in development of the country. Common people have a lot of respect and trust in judicial system. The judiciary in India has protected individual freedom and the federal system and the Constitution of India. Courts have played an important role in strengthening the democracy in India. Okay, now we have see the criminal law is there. What is including in the criminal law? Especially serious crimes such as theft, robbery, dowry, murder, etc. are dealt under the criminal law. And in these cases, the first step is to file a first information report, that is FIR, with the police. Then police investigate the matters with the help of FIR and then files a petition in the court is there. And if the charges are proved, there are provisions for severe punishment is there. Okay, and now especially what is the contribution of Indian judiciary? Especially the Indian judiciary has made significant contribution in the development of the country. Second one, there is respect and trust of the common people in the judicial system of the country. The judiciary has protected individuals' freedom and federal system and the Constitution of India is there. They have played a greater role in strengthening the democracy in India is there. Okay, now got it? I think so you can understand very well this lesson. Very easy and very short lesson is there. So we have completed in a one video. Okay, got it? Now the exercises are given here. Now just we have to complete the exercises, question answers in your homework notebook. Got it? Thank you very much. Got it, boy?